been watching me the whole time? What happened? Hi everybody, my name is Kyler. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and welcome to my video game collection video. As I stated in the update video, this was the next video I was going to be working on, and here we are right now. And actually, almost over a year ago, I did my record collection video showing off the records that I had in my collection. Now, since then, since that video, I have got more records, whether I purchased it for myself or they were given to me to gifts through friends and family. So maybe I'll do an update video of what stuff I added since then, maybe around the year anniversary when I uploaded that video. But that's for another day. So right now I want to show you all the games I have in my small but ever so growing collection. And thanks to a couple of my friends, I've been getting back into collecting games physically and overflowing the shelves with games, because let's just say it's a much better hobby collecting Pokemon cards. Alright, so without further ado, let's cut the bullshit, get to the meat and potatoes, and let me show you what I have in my collection. Right off the bat, I have a couple of little, obviously I can't play them since I don't have the proper hardware to play them, but I have a couple of Super Famicom games. I have the copy of Super Mario RPG and a copy of Mega Man X2, or as it's called in Japan, Rockman. The reason why I bought these two games in particular, well, with this one, Mario RPG is one of my favorite games of all time. It is my favorite game of all time. As some of you, I probably said this at some point, or maybe I haven't said it on this channel, but when this game came out in North America, it came out on the day I was born, May 13th, 1996, and you know, I'm almost 30, so time sure is flying. But anyways, yeah, I bought this because, you know, the Japanese cartridges are super cheap, and Mario RPG is a very beginner-friendly RPG if you ever want to like get into the realm of RPGs. I like the art style in the game. You know, it has aged in some areas, but that doesn't really hamper my enjoyment of the game. I played this a lot, but I haven't beaten it, so maybe it's like a 30th birthday present to myself. Maybe I'll beat the game. Who knows? And then I also have Rockman X2 or Mega Man X2 on the Super Famicom. Now, the only reason I bought this is because I watched excuse me, I burped. The reason why I bought the Super Famicom version is that I watched the Some Call Me Johnny video of him reviewing the game, and as many of you know, Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3 for US cartridges are super expensive. So I bought this as a cheap alternative just to have, because, you know, like I said, Japanese cartridges are cheaper than the American counterpart, and also Super Nintendo cartridges at the mid-90s, they were slowly dwindling in production because, you know, Nintendo were moving on to the next console, N64. So cartridge productions for later games were very few and far, so I have a Japanese copy for fun. And I also have a complete box of Super Mario RPG in Japanese. My secret goal for Mario RPG, I want to get all versions. I want to get the US version, cartridge alone, the complete box, and then also the PAL version as well. So that's maybe I'll make a little Mario RPG shrine. So yeah, like I said, I have two versions of the Japanese copy, so I just have a few more copies to get to complete that shrine. Now we move on to one of my most secret missions in gaming. Is I want to collect all the GameCube games in North America. Of course, you know, that is going to be really hard because, you know, a lot of first-party Nintendo games have gotten more expensive as time passed. You know, buying physical copies of it. So one day I'll have them all, but not anytime soon. But anyways, for the GameCube collection, the first one I have is F-Zero GX. Now, the F-Zero games are so fantastic. This is the best game in the franchise by far. It has the best gameplay. When you learn how to master this game, it is really thrilling to play. I love the music. I love how fast the game is. Like, it has a really good frame rate too. I mean, now that this game is on NSO Online, you can play this, you know, we can play this online with people, so, but I'm glad I have this copy of the game, and my hot take is that I think the best music in the franchise is F-Zero X. It has that heavy metal track. This one has more like electronic synths in GX. Not a bad option, but I prefer the music in F-Zero X, but when it comes to F-Zero games, this is peak. And then I've also played the arcade version of F-Zero AX. You know, it's very similar hardware, but, you know, it's the arcade version. But this is a really fun game I have in my collection. I love that I have F-Zero X. You know, it's probably going to get more expensive as time goes on. These are childhood games I had growing up. So I got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and Prisoner of Azkaban on GameCube. This one in particular is a little more expensive because this came out. So funny fact. So when Chamber of Secrets came out in 2002. This while we were waiting for Prisoner of Azkaban to come out for the game and the movies. EA decided to go ahead and remake this game, which was based off the engine of the PS2, which was based off this engine of Chamber of Secrets. So this game didn't. This version of this version of Sorcerer's Stone did not sell very well. Hence why this game can go up for $100, and it's basically kind of just like like I said, it rips a lot of assets from the Chamber of Secrets game, but it's still all three of these games are pretty fun. Now, I will say this about Chamber of Secrets, this is probably my favorite Harry Potter game by far, but if you're going to play Chamber of Secrets on console, I would say get the PS2 version, because even though it has longer loading times, I think it looks better, like lighting-wise, I think it looks a little bit better. I mean, this game has smoother animation, but some of the color palettes is a little washed out. And also, you can't fly around freely in this version in Hogwarts like you can in the PS2. And you also, you can technically, but you can't like roam. What I'm saying is you can't roam the grounds as much as you can in the PS2 version. This one, you automatically go outside, and then you have signs where it'll take you to where you need to go. So the free roaming is a little bit lacking in this version. Also, every time you get hit by an enemy in this game, you lose Birdie Bot's beans, and that's a pain in the ass when you're trying to collect everything. That doesn't happen in the PS2 version. If you get hit by ghosts, then you lose some beans, but that doesn't do it. You don't. But every enemy that you get hit from in the PS2 version, you don't lose beans. In this game, every fucking enemy will you lose beans every time you get hit, and it's a pain in the ass to collect. But it's still fun to play. And then Prisoner of Azkaban, probably the best movie in the franchise by far. This is the first time in the franchise you get to play as Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And what I love about all three of these games is that the exploration isn't deep, but you get to explore the castle and find collectibles, and they're really fun. I almost did beat this game again like a few years ago, but I got stuck on the last part where you're casting the big Expecto Patronum spell, and you have to... Okay, so if you haven't played Prisoner of Azkaban on PS2 or GameCube or Xbox, so the final boss, you have to use Expecto Patronum and get to this big Expecto Patronum, and you have to use the Harris Patronus, the deer or whatever. You have to get it to the Dementor that's sucking at Sirius's soul in order for it to count as a hit, and there's also a bunch of Dementors blocking it. I got frustrated and I stopped playing the game, but these are still fun. For licensed games, these are pretty decent. So I need to get Goblet of Fire, even though it's kind of the worst out of the four games that you can get on this console in particular, but not bad games. I love them. They're my childhood. Harry Potter is my childhood. Mario Kart Double Dash. I spent over $100 on this game, but this is probably my second favorite Mario Kart game next to Mario Kart 8. I just love the double kart mechanic where you can have two people in one car. All the tracks are really fun. I still have not played this game with my wife yet. I need to get a second game controller, but this right here is one of the best Mario Kart games you could ever play, and it's better than Mario Kart World, I'll say that much. Can't have a GameCube collection without Mario Party. Right now, I only have 4 and 7. This is actually the first Mario Party game that I ever played on the GameCube, and it's fine. It's better than, it's not as good as 6, or say 4, but I think my favorite Mario Party game is on the GameCube is 6. It's probably my favorite Mario Party in general. I just love all the mini games. I love all the boards they get to play, and I like the day-night cycle that the game introduces. And also, this and Mario Party 6 has the GameCube mic functionality. So once I get a second controller, I can plug in the GameCube mic and we can play some Mario Party 7 and do some microphone games. Mario Party 4 I still like a lot too. My only issue is that your characters move really slow, and I like when the characters get to move a little bit faster, because it is a pace breaker. But mini games are still fun. I don't like the mini and mega mushroom mechanic as much. But these are still really good, solid party games. You gotta add to your collection. The cream of the crop when it comes to 3D platformers, or 3D platform explorations, Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Now, even though Prime 1 is objectively the better game, I personally like Metroid Prime 2 a lot better. I just like exploring this world a lot more. I know a lot of people are peeved about the backtracking is a lot worse in this game when you're trying to go for getting all the sky keys. 100%ing it can be a pain in the ass. And a lot of people don't like how the light and dark beam, you have limited ammo for it, but it's really not as bad as people make it out to be, as long as you find certain objects to shoot. When you shoot when you shoot your dark beam and you get an object and you get light ammo and blah blah and vice versa, it's really not that bad to pick up ammo. I mean, you can get ammo for the light beams really quick. I also like how reflective this cover is. It's so cool. But I like the atmosphere in this game a lot more, and I really hope they bring this to NSO as well, or they remaster and get a physical copy of it on the Switch. But I mean, obviously Prime has a physical remaster on the Switch too. So I mean, I guess it's only a matter of time until Prime 2 and Prime 3 come to Switch at some point. But I mean, these are still really great. These are still really great third-person shooter games, and some of the best that the GameCube has to offer. Some of the best games that Nintendo and Retro Studios ever made. So, like I said, better game objectively, my personal favorite. I still love them both. One of the more difficult 3D platformers in Mario's resume, Super Mario Sunshine. I still haven't beaten this game. I mean, I have the collection on 3D All-Star on the Switch, but we'll get to that later. But this is still a really solid 3D platformer. It's a very challenging 3D platformer, and one of Mario's hardest adventures if you're going for everything 100%. I love the beach aesthetic. It kind of reminds me of when I went to the Bahamas with my wife when we went on our honeymoon. I love how bright and vibrant the color palette is. The controls have been fine. Mario's controls in this game have been really fine-tuned. It's one of Mario's most polarizing 3D platformers. Still very fun to this day, but there are better Mario 3D platformers out there that have came after this. But still good to add to your collection. Oh, one of my favorite and most underrated platformers on the growing up. I had this on PS2. This is the third game, Attack the Great Juju Challenge. I still need to get the other two, Power Juju and Staff of Dreams. And one of my favorite things about this, well, at least the trilogy in particular with attack games, is that they're all very different. The first game is more like an open 3D platformer with it's like a collectathon, and then the second game is the action adventure platformer. And this one, Attack the Great Juju Challenge, is more so it's still a 3D platform, but there's also a time limit too. So it's a time-based game where you want to finish a level as fast as you can to get as many points as you can, because it's a challenge. So they're competing for championship for the future of the Poopanuna people. That's what it says on the back of the box, to basically be like the Guardians or whatever. But this is the best in the franchise by far. It sucks that there was a fourth game that came out and I didn't play it, but I knew it bombed. But the attack games still remain one of my favorite and one of the most underrated platformers that you ever played. I mean, it's not like, landmark, one of the greatest, but it's one of my personal favorites growing up, and I love that I got to experience these games growing up. So I need to boot this back up at some point. I can burn through these pretty quickly. So I still haven't played this, Ultimate Spider-Man. So this was released in between Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. So it looks like Activision decided to hire Treyarch. They gave Treyarch, said, hey, can you make a game based off of the Ultimate Spider-Man comic line? So I bought this. I still haven't played it, but I know it's a pretty short game when you know what to do. But a lot of kids growing up, even my best friend had this on the PS2. It was kind of difficult for a young lad because Spider-Man. I mean, with this game, a lot of the way you progress the stories, you have to do side missions and stuff in order to progress. And some of the combat and the boss fights can be a little difficult. But I still need to experience this game for myself to truly form my opinion. But I am happy I have this. And the last GameCube game that I have in my collection is Wario World. This game's alright. It's not the deepest platformer. This is Wario's only 3D game, 3D platformer on the system. And this game cost me $100 when I bought it. Gotta tell you, those Nintendo games are fun, but it's still a fun game. You can beat this in a day. It's all about collecting all the treasure, because that's what Wario's about. He's a greedy little whore when it comes to collecting, when it comes to the gold and the jewels and all that stuff. But it's not a bad game. I think this game was developed by Treasure, who were also responsible for, I believe, Sin and Punishment, and they also did Mischief Makers on the N64. So I mean, Treasure has a really solid variation when it comes to their resume of games that they have developed. So. Now that this game is on NSO Online, I don't really need to play. I mean, I have this, but I have the cleaner version I can play on my Switch too. So, but like I said, not a bad 3D platformer. It's kind of middle of the road, but it's still nice to have in my collection. So, thank you for letting me add you to my collection, you greasy garlic eating man. Alright, so the next three parts of the collection, these are some of my biggest these are some of the biggest numbers that I have in my collection, so I'll try to speed through as fast as I can, because there's a lot of these a lot in my collection. So let's start off with the first one. So Cat Quest. So this is an RPG. I don't know much about it. My friend Daniel gifted this to me during our gift exchange for Christmas, and I don't know much about it, but I have been sort of like on a secret mission to collect a lot of like games based on cats. So I'm looking forward to playing this. And then my friend Daniel said that the second game is a co-op, so if I beat this and get the second game, maybe my wife and I can play it. Also, funny thing, when I was receiving this game, I got this instead when I opened it because when we did our gift exchange, the game got delayed, so I got this a lot later. But my friend Daniel did like a funny with his own little artist interpretation of the front cover, and it comes with the physical disc too, and it says on the back, "Coming soon, eBay seller sucks." So I had to keep this and show this off because this is just really funny. So thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate you getting me this game. Ooh. One of the best 2D platformers you can get, Celeste. Now, I got this as a gift from my friend Hunter, I think a couple of Christmas gift exchange. I got the collector's edition. I'm not going to fish it out right now, but this is one of the best 2D platformers you could ever play. You take control of this girl named Madeline, and your goal is to basically climb the mountain called Celeste. And there's a bunch of weird stuff there's a lot of mystical elements that happen in the mountain along the way, but it's really about the journey of one who's dealing with a lot of anxiety in real life, so they decided to do something they've never done before, and in this case, it's climb a mountain. I have beaten this on the PC before, but I want to go ahead and try to like platinum this game. It is really fun. I know it's hard, but this is still one of the best 2D platformers you can ever play. I mean, this game is going to be 10 years old in a couple of years. Jesus. Still, thank you, Hunter, for getting me this game. One of the best. Okay, Crash games. I have a bunch of Crash games. So the Insane Trilogy, I got this when this came out. I haven't beaten all 3 games. I've beaten the original Crash 2 on PlayStation 1, and that's one of the best 3D platformers you could play. But these are really good remakes of the game, and there's not really much to say. They're just really solid. And then I have Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. They finally made a 4th game after so long. Oh my god. This is probably the hardest this is definitely the hardest out of the original games if you're going for everything. I played a little bit of it, but I want to buy it on PS5 because I do want to like 100% it. I know this is going to be a pain in the ass because there's a lot of precise platforming you have to do in some levels in order to achieve that, but this is still one of the best. This is still probably one of the best games in the Crash Bandicoot franchise. And then Crash Nitro or CTR Nitro Fueled. I bought this game and I still haven't played it yet. I know it's a fairly solid racing game. I know there was some controversy when this game came out about Activision putting in microtransactions. You know, even without that, this is still a fairly solid racing game, even though I haven't touched it yet. Maybe one day I will, but all these games are really solid in their own merit. Days Gone, Days Gone. I bought this as a zombie apocalyptic game. I played this like a couple of times and I still have not, I haven't played it since I got this game years ago. This is made by Ben Studio, who, if you guys don't know, made Bubsy 3D, you know, one of the games of all time. But I couldn't really get into this. I know they did a remaster for the PS5, so maybe I'll rebuy it again on PS5 because I've been to, you know, let that collection grow. But nothing really stuck out to me. I know Sam Witwer is the main voice actor for the game. I think his name is Deacon, but yeah, this game didn't really impress me, so it's just been sitting in my collection ever since. So maybe I don't know if you guys get anything out of this game. I know I don't. Oh, Detroit Become Human. I haven't played this game since I got one of the better endings in 2018 when this came out. It's definitely it's probably Quantic Dream's best game. You know, probably Quantic Dream. You know, Indigo Prophecy, Heavy Rain. They make a lot of narrative-driven games where that's basically their catalog. They make narrative games and you have to make a choice, and whatever choice you make will impact the story. But I think this is the best out of Quantic Dream's game. Maybe I should play this again. Like I said, I haven't played this since 2018 when the game came out, but it's still a good experience overall. Gotta love a little interactive movie every now and then. Okay, The Evil Within 2. Now, I did play the original. I have beat the second one. I played the original and couldn't beat it, but I like the second game a lot more. I think I like the narrative a lot more in this game. I wish they make a third one, but unfortunately, I believe Tango Gameworks is shut down. So who knows where the IP has gone to? So. But this is still a pretty good third-person shooter survival horror game. I would definitely recommend it. I have a European copy because I got this in Turkey when I was visiting there in 2017. So, yeah, fun fact about that. But this is a really good solid game. love it. I need to play it again at some point. Final Fantasy 15. I bought this at launch 10 years ago. I played a little bit and I didn't get very far into it. I know Final Fantasy 15 is pretty fun. My friend Daniel has a huge Final Fantasy, and if you go watch his video on Daniel Retro, I'm pretty sure he has a short where he shows his Final Fantasy shrine. But I didn't play much of Final Fantasy 15. I probably should get into it again. I'm trying to get into more RPGs. I'll talk about that later. But like I said, yeah, play this. It's fun. It's fun for what little time I play with it. And yeah, maybe I need to try to give it another shot. God of War and God of War Ragnarok. Now these are some of the best. These are some of the best some of the games you could play. Obviously, a lot of the gameplay it shipped to the third person. You know, I think The Last of Us when The Last of Us came out, it had a bit of an impact on the gaming industry, where it's like, you know, third person, you know, gameplay and whatnot. But regardless, these are still some of the. This was a pretty. I know when this game came out, it was a big risk for Santa Monica Studios, because after Ascension, the franchise was kind of in a weird spot where could they go next? So. They took the game into the Norse mythology, or the franchise in Norse mythology. They took the franchise into the Norse mythology, and I think it paid off really well. I love the simple story structure in this game. It is amazing. And then Ragnarok, I haven't beaten Ragnarok fully, but I know it's still a really solid game. And there's just a lot of great story beats in this game too. The game's still as good as ever. I think the only... It's crazy. These are some of the best games you can get on PlayStation, and the original director of God of War, or creator, David Jaffe, whatever the fuck, has criticized these games for sucking. And shut up, David. You haven't made any good games in a while, so I don't want to fucking hear about your bitching about how the franchise has gone stale. These are some of the greatest games you get on PlayStation. Sue me, David Jaffe. I haven't played another RPG type game or whatever. Horizon Zero Dawn. I played a little bit and didn't get very far into it. And now that both games are available on PS5, I need to buy them at some point. I need to buy both of them now. The remake of this game on PS5 and then the sequel, which came out. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy it on PS5 and try to re-experience the game myself. But yeah, it's not bad by any means. Hollow Knight, I got a physical copy of this sucker. I really want to dive in this game. I did buy it on Switch way back when, but I wanted to get a physical copy and try to re-experience the game myself, because ever since Silksong dropped, man, that's like, everybody talks about how great Silksong is, and so I do want to play this game first before jumping into that. But I know it's one of the best 2D Metroidvania games. I love the 2D art style. It is great. I do love some of the screenshots I'm looking at the back of the case. And this physical copy I got, it does come with a manual. I love it when I know AAA studios aren't going to do manuals, but like when independent publishers like make games and include manuals, it's really nice. So I still need to experience this game fully when I sit down and actually have time to do that. My first Infamous game, Second Son. Now this is one of the first games I got with my PlayStation 4 back in 2014. I got it as a Christmas gift. I didn't play the other two ones at this point in time. I have dabbled with the first one a little bit, but this one is really fun. This is when Troy Baker was becoming really well known in the voice acting realm. And I think I love the story in this game. I also love how he's a graffiti artist, so when you have to go like do spray can stuff to get, you know, for fun, you have to turn the control in the sideways and you have to push the trigger button to do the spray can thing. This is a pretty fun game. I need to try this game again at some point. Not much to say about Kingdom Hearts. I got this out of a feel like as obligation to fill the PlayStation 4 collection. It's got 6 games: Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Rechain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, 358 Days Over 2, and Recoded. But I need to try out the Kingdom Hearts games. I dabbled with the first one. I didn't get far, so yeah, a lot of RPGs I need to dabble into. Oh, LA Noire. Now, I bought this game. I did buy this game on Switch when it got re-released in 2017, and I wanted a physical copy of it on PS4. But one of the more interesting games, if you've seen Matt and Muscle's What Happened video on this game, this game went through a lot of development hell, a lot of staff leaving, a lot of bullshit to just get this game out. And even though this game is pretty fun, it has a slow burn to it. It was critically well received, but it didn't sell like a lot of Rockstar number games like Grand Theft Auto. So, and then the team that worked on this, Team Bondi, was disbanded soon after that. but this is a really good crime noir game to play. It's got, like I said, very slow burn, and this is obviously one of the biggest things about LA Noire at the time was the motion capture and everything. Nowadays, motion capture and facial capture is standard in the industry today. But I mean, I think some of the facial animations have aged in a little bit, but it was still technically impressive at the time when this game came out in 2011. So yeah, I'm really happy that I have the ring. And I love the art cover. I love the art cover a lot more. I love it just gives off that old poster vibe, that old noir poster vibe when you like go to a theater or whatever. So good game to add to the collection. I just bought this recently, The Last Guardian. This was the last game developed by Team Ico before they were absorbed back into Sony. But yeah, this I haven't played. I know this game's very mixed because the creature on here kind of like does whatever the fuck he wants. I guess it's kind of like a real animal would. Like, you know, it's not always gonna listen to you. But I wanted to add this to my collection anyway because I wanted to experience it for myself. So not much. Yeah, I guess I'll experience it at some point. This will actually be one of the first Team Ico games I play. So. The Steelbook collection for Last of Us Part 2. Now, I got this as part of the Last of Us 2 collector's edition. That's where the Ellie statue came in with it. But I got this back in 2020. I played the ever-living shit out of it when it came out. And what you think of the story or not, I still think the gameplay is fantastic. It was the most polarizing game of 2020 when it came out. When the leaks happened about, you know, Joel dying, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about that anymore. I feel like we're so far removed from the controversy at this point. The gameplay is still really fun. I don't think Abby is a total piece of shit like everybody makes her out to be, although there are some of her aspects of her character that are morally reprehensible. I mean, just like how Ellie is in this game. But aside from that, I still think the story is decent, the gameplay is fantastic, and whatever like I said, the creative risk that the Naughty Dog took with this, it was a risk, and it paid off for better or for worse. You be the judge of that, but I still like this game to this day. Everything's falling over. Lego Harry Potter. This is the only Lego game I have in my collection. I bought this a long time ago. I don't know why, but it has all the Lego Harry Potter games. I'm a massive fan of the Lego games, Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman. I like all the stuff before the voice acting. I like the pantomime stuff. It just makes it a lot more funny. But I need to give the modern Lego games a chance. So now that I only played a little bit of this. I haven't even gotten all the way through. But maybe I'll boot this up, maybe just to chill or something. But Lego Harry Potter, I mean, it's another Harry Potter game I completely forgot I had in my collection. So woohoo! The Mega Man X2 Legacy, the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. This collection features Mega Man 7 through 10. I bought this because Mega Man 7 is probably my favorite classic Mega Man game, and it's also probably one of the most expensive games if you want to get a Super Nintendo cartridge. But I didn't play much of 8, and then I know 9 and 10 went back to the 8-bit art style from the NES days. So yeah, fun little collection I have. I need to get the other one so that way I can get 1 through 6. Mega Man. Some of you may know, so for people who've stuck with this channel for a while, I did a Let's Play of this a while back ago. I have delisted those videos since then, but Order 1886. This was made by Ready at Dawn. So if you don't know who Ready at Dawn is, they did the Daxter game on PSP, and they also did, I believe they did a couple of God of War games on PSP. But this game looks really great. It's one of the best looking games on the PS4, but it's just more of a tech demo more than a game. There is the gameplay, it's a third person shooter, but there's not much to it, is what I want to say. I need to replay this game for myself, but unfortunately Ready at Dawn shut down, so we're not going to be able, so whatever's going to happen to this IP, it's kind of in limbo. But like I said, this is still a technically masterful game that was made on the PS4, but it's not really something special. So is this game, Ratchet and Clank on PS4. I got this back in 2016 when the movie came out, so this is basically just a remake of the first game. It's still pretty fun. Nothing spectacular. I mean, there's a lot of Ratchet and Clank games, but I did beat this and platinum it. I had to do a New Game Plus on it. Actually, I had to do almost like 2.5 playthroughs of it just to get the platinum, but it was fine. Rift Apart is a much better game for you to play. Now, I bought this because it's one of the best games. It's one of the best games of all time, Red Dead Redemption 2. After hearing so many people like praise how well this game is, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it and play it for myself. Fortunately, when I bought the game, the disc tray, it kind of got loose. It kind of got loose when I bought it. I buy my video games from a lot of them from videogamesplus.com. It's a Canadian site, but I need to see if I can fix it. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. It's one of the best games ever. It's one of the best games narratively ever made. I really want to experience this for myself. I mean, I know what happens, but I do want to experience like the game for myself. But yeah, I'm happy I have this in my collection, and then I probably should get the first Red Dead Redemption as well. But yeah, one of my friends said, I posted this online and said, let me know that I got this game, and he said, let me know what you think of it. Who knows when I'll get to that, because there's a current longer game I'm playing right now. Ooh, the Resident Evil games. Resident Evil Origins, so this has Resident Evil 1 and 0 and 1, I'm sorry. I know the RE1 remake is amazing. I didn't play much of 0. I know what, I really try hard to get into this game, but the tank controls are what kill it for me. But I probably just need to suck it up and just try to play these games anyway. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for, I mean, the original, the remake of Resident Evil has been re-released so much, and 0 has too, so it's available on all modern platforms. But yeah, I'll give it a shot again at some point. And then we have a bunch of other Resident Evil stuff. Resident Evil 2 remake, and I have Resident Evil 3 remake. I got this when this came out, and it's so much fun. This is one of the best remakes you ever play. I only played a little bit of 3. I got to the hospital part, and those hunters kind of like halted my progression. So, and then the original Resident Evil 4. I can't believe this game is already 20 years old. It's crazy, but this game, it's one of the best games of all time. I mean, many of you know, this game did go through a lot of development hell before finalizing on what this game was actually going to be, like the style. But it's still one of the best third-person action shooters you could ever play. So we have this, and then we have the remake. So we have a best of both worlds. I mean, this is still a really fun game to play. I bought this with The Last Guardian as well. So I have the remake of Shadow of the Colossus. This was Team Ico's second game they made, and I bought this because I know Shadow of the Colossus is one of the most impressive games. And then when Blue Point, which unfortunately they shut down as of yesterday recording this video, they were responsible for remastering this game, as well as the Metal Gear Solid HD collection and the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. They were really good at polishing, remastering games and polishing them and fixing them up, whether it's on the technical or the control side. But I really need to experience this game for myself. I know the PS4 version looks beautiful. I've seen screenshots of it, so I need to experience this game for myself. Can't wait to play it when I do. I don't know if too many people know about this game. It's called Song of the Deep, so it's like a 2D platformer. So you're basically playing this little girl, and you're basically going to travel deep into the ocean to find her missing father. But I know this was a passion project for somebody at Insomniac Games, but I got this and I'm like, this is pretty cool. And then the game also came with a book too. I think it's based on the events of the game, but I don't know if too many people know about this game. I really should check this out. I really should replay this. I played it a little bit a long time ago, back when I got this. And when did this game come out? 2016? Yeah, so it's been 10 years. Uh-oh. Yeah, but like I said, I don't think that many people know about this game, so I need to maybe... I have a capture card, so maybe I'll show this game off at some point. But yeah, I'm glad I have this game. Oh, speaking of Insomniac, I have Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS4. I was really excited when this game came out. This was after Beanox and Activision had lost the license of the game. It was now Insomniac got the rights to the game, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like Insomniac, Spyro, Ratchet, Resistance. They're really good developers, and so far the 3 games that they made are incredible. I really love the gameplay in this. It's just one of the best PlayStation experiences. And then Spider-Man Miles Morales. I like the story in this game. I know it's a lot smaller than the original 2018 game, but Miles Morales' character in this game is really amazing. And fun fact, the character of Miles Morales was also Najee Peter. He also voiced Sam in the Last of Us game. Fun fact, but yeah, these are really great games to add to your collection. I want to get this game on PS5 again, and I want to platinum it. So yeah, I love Spider-Man. He's one of the best superheroes ever. I already did a video on this, unboxing the collector's edition, but SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated Edition, one of the best 3D platformer. One of the best. It's a great game. It's not one of the best 3D platformers, but it's a fairly solid one all around. So I'll link a card if you want to see my unboxing collection. But yeah, really solid. I like how vibrant the game is, and yeah, good game. Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. Now it's in the same vein as the Crash trilogy got remade. So did the Spyro games. I think these are the definitive versions of the Spyro games by far. Excuse me. Yep, great game. Not much to say. I mean, they're just great games that Insomniac made, and then Toys for Bob went ahead and redid it. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. it's Spiral. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I got this because it was it's a decent start. I mean, I like the story. I've beaten this game already. It's got a great story. I love the combat in the game. It's hard at times, but it's still it's still worth playing. But yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with the third game when that comes out. So this was the reimagining games. So Tomb Raider Definitive Edition and then Rise of the Tomb Raider. I still need to get the third one, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but these are really solid adventure games. I haven't played them for a few years, so I want to re-experience these games again and maybe try to platinum them. So who knows when that'll be. Uncharted. Rest in peace, Blue Point Games. These were so when the fourth game got announced, I wanted to play these games before getting to the fourth game, and then thankfully this game is only $20. So these are really great. These are one of the best PlayStation IP, one of the best PlayStation games you could ever play. First three games, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and then Drake's Deception. Some of the best third-person shooters that have been ever made. I know third-person shooters were like all the fucking rave back in the late 2000s, early 2010s. But the stories are great. I love the characters in this game. And then, but this game, Uncharted 4: The Thief's End, this is the best in the franchise. And fun fact, when I got this game, I deliberately skipped class so I can beat the game. I'm not joking, and I'm not sorry. This is Naughty Dog's best game by far. It has the best story, it has the best looking graphics, and it has the best gameplay it has the smooth gameplay out of all of them. But like I said, Uncharted, I just enjoy the story so much in this game. I try to take my time. Like every few years, I'll try to play this as well because I love experience. I love that childlike wonder. And this game is turning 10 years old. Uncharted 4 is turning 10 years old this year. Jesus, I'm getting old. I'm gonna be 30 soon. But some of the best PlayStation exclusives you could ever experience. And I'm glad I skipped class to play this game and beat it in 2 days. Until Dawn. Now it's another one of those games where you make choices and the stories and it'll pack the story. But it was my first introduction to actor Rami Malek, and I love him as an actor. It's a really fun little horror romp. I know the remake is out on PS5, so I'll definitely pick that up. But yeah, I haven't played this in a while, but since like I said, the PlayStation 5 version is out, so I'll probably pick that up. And yeah, pretty good PlayStation exclusive. And then the last game I have in the PlayStation 4 collection is Ukulele. Now, I did one Let's Play of it way back when, and I did a one-off, and I haven't done anything else. But I know that the Ukulele Replay League is out, so I may pick that up. So this was supposed to be a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie after Rare and Microsoft really weren't doing anything with the project, probably because Nuts and Bolts tanked. But I know this is a pretty solid. I know it's a fairly solid 3D platform, but I said I need to pick up Replay League and see what they've rebalanced from the original. So, yep, a lot of PS4 games. On to the Nintendo Switch collection. So the very first one, 1-2 Switch. This is just basically a tech demo showing off the controls and what you could expect with like the Switch hardware. So I haven't played this since this launch, but it's a fine tech demo. I don't think anybody cares about tech demos anymore. Now we have Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, why do I have 2 copies of this? Well, one's for me and one's for my wife. I still have not played Animal Crossing New Horizons, mind you. I wanted to get this. I got this game during COVID, and then when my wife got her Switch for her birthday, this is one of the games I got for her. And when she first got the Switch, she played a lot of this. She hasn't played it in a while since, but I know this is the Animal Crossing we played the most because of COVID. But yeah, I need to give the Animal Crossing games a shot. So, and since the Switch 2 version's already out, I guess I could double dip. Anton Blast. Now, this was a Christmas gift given to me from my friend Hunter. Now, Anton Blast is basically like a Wario Land 4-esque game where you get to a certain goal, you have to get a certain thing, and then you have to get out of the level as soon as you can. So, I mean, there's a lot of, I know Wario Land 4 is like one of the crowning jewels that Nintendo has ever made. And I only played the first couple of levels of this. I think they still have this physical cart in my Switch 2 right now. So, yeah, but I like the art. So far, I like the art style in the game. It gives off that sort of that Microsoft Paint vibe to it. But so far it's a pretty decent 2D platformer, so I need to experience more of it. Now, I got this one for my wife too, and it hasn't been opened. Bayonetta 2 with the full download of Bayonetta 1. Now, I know this was made by the same guy who did the first Devil May Cry. and I still need to experience the games myself since Nintendo basically helped bring Bayonetta 2 to the Wii U, which unfortunately, obviously the Wii U was a failure, but if it wasn't for Nintendo, Bayonetta probably wouldn't still exist and we wouldn't get a third game. So I need to try it out at some point. I don't think I got this for my wife initially, but I don't think she's gonna try it out. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. I played this when it came out, or when it did come back out for the Switch, and then I haven't really played it since. It's just a nice little, fun little puzzle game where you just need to get all the stars in each level, and then you can play as Toadette too. But yeah, I haven't played this since it came out, but it's not a bad game. Nice little side thing. Physical version of Cuphead on Switch. I think it does come with all the DLC, thankfully, but I need to get a physical copy on PlayStation. But what's to say about Cuphead? It's one of the best looking 2D games. It basically emulates the style of a 1930s, 1940s cartoon. Hard as hell 2D platformer, but it is still very fun. I need to beat this game, and then I want to beat it, get all the trophies on PlayStation, and then I'll play it, and then play it on Switch. And it does come with these nice little cards right here too. I don't even look at this. Oh, it's I hereby pledge to be as Cuphead with colorful, animated, and when safe, open to a fantastical adventure or two, and by golly, always will be yourself. It's a certificate. I'm a membership. I am a member of Studio MDHR, so thank you. I haven't really delved right into this, but I like the physical stuff. Thanks, Studio MDHR. Clive and Wrench said this is another like Banjo-Kazooie 3D platformer. I got this game. One of my favorite and underrated reviewers on YouTube, Square Eye Jack, covered this game. And I didn't play much of it, but for what I sampled, it's pretty fun. I need to give it a more detailed playthrough. I need to play through it a little bit more to get my full opinion. But so far, what I played isn't too bad. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD Remake. I got this as a Christmas gift for my wife as I'm trying to delve into more RPGs. And actually, as I'm recording this, the seventh game the remake of the 7th game just came out. So I want to get into the Dragon Quest games. I know the Dragon Quest games are not as popular as Final Fantasy here in the West, but I want to open my palette to more RPGs. So I feel like this would be a pretty good start. What better to start with the first 2 games that started the franchise back in the 80s? Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. Another game I did get from my wife, but I haven't really opened or played it as much. Ooh, I haven't opened stuff in here, but look, I get a poster and some stickers. But Double Dragon is a 2D beat 'em up game. I don't know if this is the most recent one that came out. When did this game come out? It doesn't tell me. But yeah, I haven't touched this at all. I guess I got it from my wife to try out, but not going to probably. But I like Double Dragon, so maybe I'll give it a shot at some point. Grapple Dog. Now I got this game when I went on game hunting with a couple of my friends, and it's a pretty interesting game where you play as this dog and you have a grapple hook and you're just basically going from level to level. I didn't play much of it. I probably played like the first world and then I just dropped it because I got distracted. But I don't know. Are there any Grapple Dog fans out there? This is a pretty fun game to play, and it's a European copy too, so it's kind of weird. The European copies have the title like in the center, and then US versions of the game have like titles like up here in the right corner. I don't get the inconsistency with that, but this is a pretty decent 2D platform. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby's first foray into the 3D world. His first 3D game after after existing for so long, for 30 years, we finally get to the... I'm going to get the Switch 2 version because it has the DLC and everything, but this is a pretty fun 3D platformer, so I need to try and experience this game again. Klonoa Fantasy Revere Series. I believe I got... This was also a Christmas gift, too. I don't know if it was Daniel Leonard that gave me this gift, but yeah, Klonoa 1 and 2 were some of the most underrated platformers on the PlayStation, and the first game on the original PlayStation is super expensive, so it's good that we get the remakes of these games to actually, experience. And I do have a PS5 version of this. I'll show that off later. But I played the first game a little bit. I didn't beat it, but this is a pretty solid. It's a pretty solid and super underrated platformer series. Too bad we didn't get more of these games. I got a lot of Zelda games, so let me just grab them all real quick because some of these are from that I got from my wife. So, Breath of the Wild, the game that basically redefined or basically reinvigorated some new style gameplay into the Zelda franchise. That open world. There's so much to do. I got this at launch and I didn't get really far into it. And I got one from my wife. I got a copy from my wife, and she got further than I did, but I don't know if she beat it or not. But these are still some of the best Zelda games you can get on the market. And then I got this for my wife, Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know much about this. You play as Zelda rescuing Link, I'm assuming, but I don't know much of the gameplay style. I got this for my wife I got this for her as a gift, and yeah, I need to try it. It's the one Zelda game that just kind of like skipped over my mind. Link's Awakening. So in the same style as Echoes of Wisdom, this is the remake of the Game Boy game. Unfortunately, I still haven't beat it, but I think this is a pretty definitive way to play Link's Awakening. I mean, if you like the original Game Boy, and then the deluxe version on Game Boy Color, it's still perfectly solid games. But this is the way to play. I think this is the way to play Link's Awakening. And then Skyward Sword. I got this in conjunction with I had to buy the Zelda Joy-Cons for the Switch secondhand, but I got this because this is the one Zelda game that's super polarized, and that's just basically because of the controls. So I played a little bit of it, and I didn't get super far into it, so I need to give this game a shot again. And then the most recent Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. I got this one. I got this for my wife too. So I don't know if she's played. I don't remember if she beat Breath of the Wild and then went to Tears of the Kingdom. I don't remember. I need to ask her. But this is still another solid Zelda game, and I need to get the Switch 2 version. Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, funny enough, I have a European and an American copy. So after Luigi's Mansion 2 kind of was released with mixed results, we didn't get another Luigi's Mansion game for a while, and this is definitely better than Luigi's Mansion 2. I do need to get it on Switch 2, but I love how gorgeously animated and lighted this game is. This is the best looking Luigi's Mansion game by far. Still, I haven't beat it though, but I really want to get. I can't recommend enough getting this game. It's super fun, it's super goofy, and Luigi is better than Mario by far. Oh right, Mario Kart 8. Been playing the shit out of this game since it came out on the Wii in 2014, and then when it got a Switch release, I'm like, yeah, I gotta buy it. And now with the availability of the booster course pass, we have 96 courses altogether. This is the definitive Mario Kart experience, and I will say this now: it is better than Mario Kart World. I'll get to that in a second. Oh, Mario and Luigi Brothership. The first game in the Mario and Luigi Brothership after Alpha Dream was unfortunately disbanded. They went out of business. This is I got one for me and one for my wife, but this is so far from what I played, this is a pretty solid 7 out of 10 RPG. But it's a good return to form for the Mario and Luigi franchise. I mean, I know the Mario and Luigi franchise holds a near and dear heart to some gamers. It kind of gets overshadowed by the Paper Mario series sometimes, but these are really good. It's a pretty good like RPG to get into if you're like getting into like entry level stuff. But I love the art style of this game. So, Mario Party Superstars. If I'm playing this or Jamboree, this is one of the modern Mario Party game that I'm playing. Is this a solid Mario Party game after NDQ was kind of like sort of like navigating like how to make a good Mario Party game, because they weren't doing that for a while, and then after Super Mario Party, they were like, okay, we'll make a good game for once. So Mario Party Superstars got released, I think in 2021, and I've been playing this since it came out. I think the only criticism I have of this game is that its lack of originality. I mean, granted, it is taking old maps, taking minigames, and giving them a fresh coat of paint. But this is aside from that, that's more of a nitpick. This is still a really fun modern Mario Party game to play. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I got this at launch. I haven't beaten it, but it is the first foray. It's a really weird mashup, Mario and Rabbids clashing. But I know it's like one of those. It's a strategic RPG. It's grid based where you have to navigate the board, take out your enemies as few turns as possible without getting damaged. I haven't beaten this game, but I need to get through this, and then I want to play the sequel to this game. But this is a really like solid spin-off Mario game. And then we got the Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. So it comes with Mega Man's games X's 1 through 8. I think the second one is like, I think there's a download code for the second one or whatever. Shit. Yeah, there's a full game download. So I haven't downloaded Legacy Collection 2, but that has 5 through 8, which 5 through 8 can be a mixed bag depending on what you like. But this is a really solid collection of the Mega Man X games. Maybe we'll see these. Hopefully, this game gets revitalized in the future. It's been dormant for almost 25 years at this point. So, good collection to have with Switch. Obviously, I'll get this out of the way. Metroid Prime Remastered. This is the definitive way to play Metroid Prime. It's clean. I like how clean. It just basically cleans up the game, and Retro Studios did a great job bringing this game to the modern platform. And this is, like I said, the definitive way to play Metroid Prime. And then Metroid Dread, chronologically the latest game. This game is so much fun. Mercury Steam did a great job with this and then Samus Returns, and this is a really fast-paced game to play. It's one of the best games in the Metroid franchise, and I want to give this game a replay. I did beat this game on hard mode, yeah, and it's hard, but I dare to say I'm really fearful of playing this game on Dread mode, which is, you get hit once you die. But this is one of the best Metroid games you could ever play. Nintendo Switch Sports, it's supposed to be a follow-up to obviously like Wii Sports and whatnot. I only played this once and I didn't give it a shot afterwards, but I want to try and play this game again. I don't know what to make of it. There's a few sports that I just want to try everything out. So like I said, only played a little bit. It didn't really leave much an impression, but it is what it is. Okay, the Paper Mario games. Now I got Origami King. I got this as a gift from my wife, I believe. So I know people are sort of mixed on the Paper Mario games post out on your door, but I know this one's not. I heard this one's okay, so maybe I'll try it out for myself. And then speaking of Paper Mario, when this shit got announced that this is getting remade, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this for me and my wife. I got so close to beating it, and then I just didn't play it, and then I just got to the final boss and I just kind of like pewtered out. So guess I'll just start this game over again. But the definitive Mario RPG, yeah, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, great game. All the Pikmin games I get 1 and 2 right here, 3 and 4. So I got this one originally from my wife to play, and she hasn't played it yet. But then these ones I got as both I got as Christmas gifts. I did beat the first game. I think the first game is, you could beat the first game in a day if you really wanted to, if you want to go through everything. I did get into so I bought this game digitally at first, and then the second game I tried getting, I played, and then the dungeon system kind of like wore me out. And then I got 3, well actually I bought 3 originally when the Wii U came out, and I'm like, oh man, this is really fun. And I almost beat the game, but I couldn't save Olimar, so he's just stuck in limbo. And then I haven't played the 4th game yet. I really want to play this. I don't know what I saw the trailers, it looks good, but I haven't really like delved into like it whatsoever. So at some point I'm gonna play through all the Pikmin games, but these are really like these are little weird games, but they're fun nonetheless. Pizza Tower. Now this is another Wario Land 4S game. I got this game. I have a collector's edition down here that came with a bunch of stuff, but I wanted to buy this game physically because I wanted to experience more like Wario Land 4S type games. Speaking of that, I need to beat it, but I love the art. The art style looks really cool. My friend Hunter loves the shit out of this game, and Anton Blast, he just loves Wario Land 4. He has a fascination with Wario Land 4, but I need to play this at some point. Does this game come to me? Oh yeah, it comes with stickers, poster. Oh, it does come with a promo code. That's mine. So, but yeah. If you like Wario Land 4, Pizza Tower's up your alley. Pocky and Rocky Reshrine. I got this also from my wife as well. So Pocky and Rocky, I believe, was a top-down 2D game released originally for the Super Nintendo. Super underrated game, and then it got remastered. It is still in the shrink wrap, as you can see. But I really want to give this game a try. I believe Natsume were the developers of this game, and I need to play. Yeah, I need to play it at some point. I don't know. Are there any Pocky Rocky fans out there? Let me know. Resident Evil Revelations Collection. I got this as a birthday present from my best friend. I haven't opened it, but I know the Revelations games kind of get swept under the rug when it comes to like Resident Evil games. I know these are really solid games altogether. Let me see. I believe it has. I think it has it. Oh yeah, internet download and a micro or whatever. So, but I need to give these games a shot again. I got to a part in the game. I just couldn't get past in the first one, so I haven't played the second game either. But I know that when it comes to Resident Evil Revelations, they're good games, but not a lot of people talk about it. So, all right, if there's any Revelations fans, let me know. Rhyme, I don't know. I don't remember much. I think my then girlfriend at the time got me this as a gift. I didn't play much of it, so I know it's. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about this game because I haven't played much of it. So I have it though. Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. This was the. Again, I did play and beat the main story, but I know they added a lot of stuff since then. But it was a really solid 2D platform at the time. I know Shantae is a fairly underrated franchise that was started by WayForward. But yeah, I love the art style in this game is really good. The platforming's great, so yeah, Shantae's pretty cool. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. I got this as a gift for my wife, so this is the complete edition where it has like all the DLC and whatnot. It was made by Yacht Club Games, former members of WayForward, and then since then they've also released their newer game, Mina the Hollower. But Shovel Knight is where Yacht Club Games' first game ever made. It has all the DLC. Shovel Knight, you get to play as Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, King Knight. But yeah, I need to try to play. I need to play this game again at some point. Shovel Knight is like one of the best 2D platformers, one of the best crowdfunding games that was started on Kickstarter. I believe Kickstarter. Super Bomberman R. I got this. This is also one of the other launch games for the Switch. So after Hudson Soft, who was the original developers for Bomberman, dissolved, Konami absorbed the license and IP, and now I believe we're getting. Oh yeah, we're getting a bunch of. We're getting like a Super Bomberman collection that were games on the Super Nintendo coming out later this year. But I played a little bit of it. I didn't play much of it. I'm not really. I guess I'm not too much of a Bomberman fan, but I should probably give the Bomberman franchise a chance at some point. I mean, I know my friend Hunter has a bunch of Bomberman games. He has a bunch of them on his shelf, like a little shrine. But yeah, I have it. Mario 3D All Stars. Okay, so we're going to start getting ready to go through the Mario games. Good lord. So 3D All Stars. So it has 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. Great collection of games. I know that there was a lot of heat about Nintendo. They were going to delist the game after they were going to delist the game on digital storefronts like sometime later in the year in 2021. I don't know if that happened, but I mean these are all really great games. Nice little package. But Mario 64 is also on NSO too, so I mean I don't know. I guess I just have this for the love of the Mario franchise. Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. This is another one I got for my wife. Mario 3D World I played the ever-living shit out of when it came out on the Wii U, and then when this game got re-released, it also they also did DLC Bowser's Fury. I didn't play the remake. I didn't play this with my wife. I need to play this with my wife. Maybe this would be a fun game to play on the channel with my wife and just go through the game and then Bowser's Fury. But I know this is it's a pretty solid 3D platformer. I mean, it's nothing special compared to other Mario games, but this is still a good game all around. Mario Wonder, again, 2 copies, one for me, one for my wife. Mario's latest 2D platformer. It's also getting a Switch 2. It's getting a Switch 2 version coming out later. I think they're in March. I think at the end of March. That's right. But yeah, this is one of the most stylish. This is one of the most gorgeous 2D platformers ever made. It's definitely better looking than the new Super Mario Bros. Franchise. There's so much energy and there's like different level variants and whatnot. I just love how each level and world is designed specifically, like it has different styles and everything, so it doesn't get dull. So once I get the Switch 2 version, I'll get the Switch 2 version and try to play this game again, but this is a really good 2D platform. Really surprised when this game came out. It's super fun. Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2 Remake. Now, I only specifically wanted to get this because of Galaxy 2, because Galaxy 2 for the longest time was stuck on the Nintendo Wii, and after 15 years, they finally got re-released. So I'm actually planning to do a little video regarding this game. I'll save that special for when that comes out. Hopefully later, maybe towards the end of March or something. I don't know. But yeah, these are some of the best Mario platformers. Probably one of my personal favorite Mario 3D platformers ever. Both are really good. Like I said, I bought this specifically to play too. So I'll play one again at some point because I have 2 versions. The 3D All Stars version is this, but really great games all around. So this was Mario's last. So far as of this recording this video, this is Mario's last 3D platformer, Mario Odyssey. One of the best. It's right up there. It's definitely my top 3 with Mario Galaxy, but it's so good. I like the world. I love the different worlds you travel to. I love how like fluid the animation is with the game. Like the controls are great. I love I love the different costumes in this game. This is one of Mario's greatest adventures to date. You can't go wrong with Mario Odyssey. And it's gonna be 10 years old next year. Gee whiz. Okay, Super Mario Party. Now, I have not returned to this game since 2021. I want to give this a try, but this came out at a time where NDQ, they were slowly getting to like what people wanted out of a Mario Party game. But the issue with that is that the boards were way too small. The boards were like way too small. They were grid-based, so there wasn't really much variation in like going into the boards. But this was the right direction. They were heading in the right direction, so maybe I'd give this a try again. My only gripe is that I don't like motion control games. There's a lot of motion control mini games that are related with the Joy-Cons, and I don't like that you can't use alternative controllers for this game. Speaking of which, Mario Party Jamboree, the most recent Mario Party game as I'm recording this video. If I'm playing Mario Party on modern hardware, I'm playing Superstars or this. This one just has a lot more board variety. I mean, it does have 2 retro boards, Westernland from Mario Party 2 and Mario's Rainbow Castle from Mario Party 1, but this is the best Mario Party game so far on the Switch. I love all the boards, I love all the mini games. Sadly, you still can't use alternate controllers. Like Pro Controller, you have to use the Joy-Cons because there are motion control games. There's one motion control game I absolutely cannot stand, but Now that I think about it, they're not that bad, but I just get annoyed. I get annoyed with them. I just get annoyed with them. But this is the best Mario Party game on the Switch so far. So, and I should probably get the Switch 2 version at some point. Another 2 copies: Super Mario RPG Remake for the Switch. If I'm gonna be playing Mario RPG, I'm gonna be playing the remake. I just love this. I love the style of this game so much. And like I said, this game holds a special place in my heart because the original came out in North America on the day I was born. So I know they added some extra stuff in the remake. So I need to probably sit down and play these again at some point. But yeah, I just love this game. This game is just really cute, and I'm so happy that they resurrected this. So maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll get an RPG sequel and they bring Geno back. Smash Brothers Ultimate. I just kind of got this out of obligation. My Smash Brothers phase kind of died out in college. I played the shit out of Wii U when it came out in college. I was in college when that game came out, and this game came out, I think, after I graduated college. So I'm not really much into a fighting game spirit anymore. But I know this is the best. If you're gonna play Smash Brothers, this is like the modern version. Although I know there's a lot of Melee snubs out there that will say, "Oh no, Melee's the best." I mean, I think all the Smash Brothers games, they have their own unique quirks and flaws, but they're all still great games around. And I just have this obligation. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection. I'll probably get this on PS5 too, but it has a lot of like old school classic TMNT games from the arcade games, the NES games. It has the arcade game of Turtles in Time. Personally, the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time is on here. But there's just so much. I don't know. There's just so many classic games in here. Also, fuck the original NES game. That game sucks. Last Switch game that I have in here, Untitled Goose Game. I got this for my wife, and if you don't know, you're basically a goose, and all you gotta do is just fuck up people's day and just mess about with them. So it's a nice little short game. My wife hasn't played it yet, but I feel like she would get a kick out of it if she did play it. But yeah, cool. On to the PS5 games. The first one I have is Animal. Well, I got this as a Christmas gift. I wanted to get this game because, as many of you know, Videogame Donkey has made a video game publisher called Big Mode Games. So I wanted to get this. I played a little bit of it, but I didn't get too far into it. I know it's like, this game's not a very like hand-holdy game. Like, you just kind of figure what to do. But I like the art style of what I played a little bit so far. So I'll dive deep into it soon, but I'm glad I have it in my collection. Astrobot. Well, it was the game. It was what was it? It was the game of 20. It was the game that won the Game Award in 2024. Super fun platformer. I got this from my friend Daniel. He had a second copy, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy it off you if you want me to, or he asked if I wanted to buy it. So yeah, it's super fun. I did platinum it, but I need to platinum it again because of the DLC. But it's just a really fun, super fun, lighthearted platformer game. And I also have the Astrobot controller back there too, the second version of it. So, but yeah, one of the best games you can get on the PS5. Speaking of Astro, this is called Astro Knight. It's a Metroidvania. Don't know much about it. I know it's a Metroidvania. As it states on the back, but it's like I got this for like $10, and I wanted to try it out at some point. It's still in the shrink wrap, as you can see, but still something I want to try out at some point. I just love the stripped down graphics, like the black and white, like Vectric style graphics. So I can't wait to try this out at some point. The Callisto Protocol. I really wanted to like this game. I haven't beat it. It looks good. It's made by the same director who did the first Dead Space game, but I haven't gotten too far in. I didn't get too far into it, so it's an alright game. It's kind of it's a mid game, but I need to try to beat this game at some point. Chronos: The New Dawn, made by the same team that did the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm stuck in the hospital part right now because there's a bunch of creatures I have to take down because your character is now shifting in between like the present day and the past, and I just kind of stopped at the point. But so far, what I played, it's a really good survival horror game. Yeah, hopefully, I know that they're apparently in the works with the Silent Hill 1 remake, so maybe we'll hear news about that soon. But this is a pretty good game to add to your collection. Got this as a Christmas gift. Speaking of Dead Space, if you're gonna play, the remake is really good. It is so good. This is the best way to play the first Dead Space game. They got Gunnar Wright to voice Isaac Clarke again because they didn't talk at all in the first game. but it's a really good game, and it's unfortunately the series is now on the shelf again because since the game didn't sell well to EA standards, we're not gonna get the remake at 2, and then we're not gonna get the remake at 3. So that fucking sucks because Motive did a really good job of remaking the game, and it's really the best way to play Dead Space. So shame that the franchise is now on hold again. Deathloop. So this is made by the same. I believe this is made by the same people who did the Dishonored games. I really wanted to try and get to this game. I watched a Square Jack video of games that it was like games you shouldn't sleep on, and this is one of the games that he said he recommended, but I didn't get very far into it. I just didn't understand the gameplay mechanics of this game, so I'm gonna try to get back into this game at some point. Death Stranding, I got this as a Christmas gift as well. This is Hideo Kojima's first game after he was fired from Konami. And formed his own studio, Kojima Productions. I know it's a mixed bag for some people. You know, it's a walking simulator at what point, but I want to experience the game for myself. And Norman Reedus, I know him and Hideo Kojima are really good friends. They've been good friends since working on that canceled Silent Hills remake. But yeah, I can't wait to play this for myself. Devil May Cry 5. I bought this game because I really wanted to get into the Devil May Cry franchise. I did dabble a little bit with the first game, but I didn't get very far. This is like the best Devil May Cry game to play. I think I want to try to play through all the games. Even the shitty second game. And I've heard DMC Devil May Cry is not as bad a game as people remember it to be, even though it kind of kills the character of Dante. But then after that game, Devil May Cry 5 came out. Years later, it's the best game. It's been like the best game in the franchise, so I need to give the Devil May Cry franchise a try. All right, this is Claire Obscure Expedition 33, the game that cleaned out most of the major awards at the Game Awards. As of recording, this is the game I have on my PS5. My friend Daniel loves the shit out of this game. He's poured out his heart so much in Discord about how much he loves this game, but I can understand why. So far, I'm really enjoying the story. I'm taking my time playing this game. I can understand why this game won Game of the Year. It was started by, I think the guy who directed it, he used to work for, what was it? I think he used to work for Ubisoft, and then he formed his own company, Sandful Interactive, and then him and his team churned out this game. And I really love all the characters so far in this game. It is a little rough in some areas, like sometimes the dialogue doesn't really match, like for the lip syncing and whatnot, but this is, it's a much smaller scale game compared to the AAA games, but, okay, I say if it's an RPG, but this is still really a fun game to play. I'm glad I finally am taking my time to play this game. Felix the Cat. So, I got this because, one of the most expensive NES games is Felix the Cat. It was an NES game that came out in the late 90s, and Konami developed the game. So I just got this to also to fill my resume of cat games for my console that I have. So it also comes with a couple of other games as well. It's either 1 or 2 games, I think. So it comes with the NES game and the Game Boy game. So I'll try it at some point. I got Hades right here on PS5. Like I said, I'm trying to expand my palette with like certain genres. So this is a roguelike game. I know this game it won Game of the Year. In 20, I think it was one of the games that won Game of the Year, but I need to try this out at some point. It's still sealed, so I know it's fun. I know a lot of people talk about it. So this one I bought out of just sheer curiosity. So it's called Hell Pie. I went to a game store in Culpeper, Virginia, and I just saw this sitting on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, this looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll buy it. So it's a 3D platformer collectathon, and it has like humor style like Conker's Bad Fur Day, so it was a unique little game. It was a pain in the ass to collect everything 100%, but I did it, and it's not a bad game to play, so it's fun. It's just fair warning, it's not for the younger audience. Back to Klonoa. Won't go too much into it because I have it on the Switch. I wanted to get it on PS5 too, so now I have 2 versions of the game, and I do want to platinum these games at some point. So yeah, I have Klonoa on PS5. Yeah, this one I kind of bought it. I bought this out of obligation. This is the best way to play The Last of Us Part 1. If you can't get the PS5 version, you can still play the original PS3 or the PS4 version. But what's there to say about The Last of Us? One of the best story-driven games ever made. And it kind of crippled the game industry when it came to, we need to make story games as good as we can, like this game. I'm kidding, sort of, but it's The Last of Us. What can I say? Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. I got this because I really wanted. I wanted to try this out, so I've been recently getting into Goichi Suda 51 games, and this game got re-released at some point. I don't know when, but fun fact: James Gunn also wrote the story for this game, and I thought that was really interesting. I mean, man wrote Scooby-Doo, so let him write this game before we get into Guardians. But I know it's like a fun hack and slash game where you kill zombies and you play as a cheerleader. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this game. Another Christmas gift I got, Metal Gear Solid 3 or Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. I got my friend Ryan gave me this as a Christmas gift, so thank you, Ryan. I'm looking forward to playing this, and now that they just announced that Metal Gear Solid 4 is finally being breaking free from being stuck on the PS3 for so long, maybe this is a good time to get back into the Metal Gear franchise. So I heard this is a pretty good remake. Yeah, looking forward to playing this at some point. Pac-Man World Repack and Pac-Man World Repack 2. So I got these games because one of my favorite YouTubers is recent. His name is King of Skill. He did a playthrough of the original, so I wanted to get these games for myself. I'm so close to platinuming this game. One of the trophies in this game is getting to level 9 on the original Pac-Man, and it's so fucking hard because it's an old arcade game from the 80s. But this is still a fun game. This is still a pretty fun platformer, and I need to play this at some point. Because it does have DLC. Because I think there's like some Sonic DLC or something for this game. But yeah, these are really underrated platformers, and I'm glad that the Pac-Man platformers are getting re-released and remade. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. As of recording, this is Insomniac Games' recent Ratchet and Clank game. Of course, it's really fun. It's beautiful. It's really super simple to platinum and whatnot. But it was a really fun game all around. So yeah, I mean it's Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I don't you can't really hate them. More Resident Evil stuff. So I did get Resident Evil 2 Remake on PS5 as a Christmas gift. I have it on PS4, but I wanted to get it on PS5. And then we have the Resident Evil 4 Remake. One of the best. It's okay. We have two different versions of Resident Evil 4. The remake is still really good, all things considered. Like we have, it's a different take on the original because it's based off of the Resident Evil 2 remake and remake storyline and like how more like rounded it is. But this is still a really good way to play Resident Evil 4. So if you don't like the tanky controls of the original, then this will be more up your foray. Oh, Shadows of the Dam, another Suda 51 project. So this game originally came out on the PS3 and 360. It was made in conjunction with Shinji Mikami, and the music was also produced by Silent Hill composer Akira Yamaoka. This game unfortunately didn't do very well because EA likes to fuck things up a lot, and this game didn't really sell that well. But it got remastered, and it's a really fun, goofy horror game. I almost beat this game, but I don't think it upgraded my character Garcia up as well as I wanted to. I got to the final boss where you're fighting the second phase, trying to save his girlfriend, but I didn't beat it, so I guess I need to go back and try again at some point. Going back to Blooper Team, the Silent Hill 2 remake. Now, a lot of people were really iffy about how Blooper Team was, this game was getting resurrected. The Silent Hill, at this point in time, the Silent Hill franchise was dormant. Silent Hill Downpour relatively flopped, and then Book of Memories, which was the fucking dungeon crawler on the PS Vita, tanked so hard that it basically just made that Konami just kind of gave up on making games for a while. But when this game got re-announced, people were kind of mixed on this game getting remade, were they going to recapture it? And I played a little bit of the original PlayStation 2 version, and like I said, tank controls are not really my foray, so this remake is really good, and this game is really good. The remake is great. The story is still intact, and it's a really good way to play it if you don't want to pay a pretty penny for the original PS2 copy. So Blooper Team did a great job, and I'm glad that the Silent Hill franchise is now doing super well, because we had Silent Hill F come out, and that game sold it sold like 3 million copies, or it sold like 1 million copies in the first 3 days of its launch. So I'm happy that the Silent Hill franchise is coming back, and then I think we have Townfall coming out later this year. Spider-Man 2 is really Marvel Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac. I was really excited to play this. I haven't played it since it came out. I beat the story, and then I kind of just forgot to platinum the game. But there's a lot of juggling in this game between playing as Peter Parker and Miles Morales. There's a lot of villains in this game, yada yada yada. But this is still a really good PlayStation exclusive, and I'm really happy I did get to play this with making sure that sometimes I wonder if the disc is going to slip out. So I really had my fun with this game. Okay, so first we have Star Wars Bounty Hunters. So this game was it was a native port, and it was made by Spire. I know they kind of fucked up on some of the other Star Wars games, but this is a really super underrated Star Wars game, I believe. It was released originally for the PS2 and the GameCube. I think this came out after Attack of the Clones, so this takes place before Attack of the Clones. And I'll say this now: Jango Fett is better than Boba Fett. You can fight me on this. It goes into Jango Fett's backstory a little bit more. Like how he got to where he was and why he was recruited to, be the guinea pig for the clone army that would come. The gameplay is super fun, but as the levels progress, it gets a little bit hard. It gets harder. And one of the most annoying trophies you need to get is to get all the bounties. Now, the thing is, you have to capture all the bounties alive, and unfortunately, the game does not keep track of the bounties they keep alive. So if you fucked up, then you have to go back and just get all the bounties again. And I had to look up some of where the bounties are because they're not in so discrete spots, or they're not in so much obvious spots. But this is still a really super underrated Star Wars game. You should definitely get this. And I got Fallen Order. Fallen Order got a PS5 release, so it runs better. Blah blah blah. So I need to play it at some point. And then Jedi Survivor. I didn't get super far in this one, but I know it's super fun. There's a lot of gameplay mechanics that improves on Jedi Fallen Order. So I'm definitely going to give it I'm definitely going to give these games their proper due, and I can sit down and do it justice. Oh, the cutest game ever made, Stray. I got this. It's such a cute game to play. It's not a very long game. You play this orange cat. It gets, it falls down this pit, it gets broken up from its community of cats, and then you befriend these little robot buddies to help you get back and your goal is just to get back to the surface. And yeah, it's a really short game. You can beat this game. You can beat this game in a couple hours if you just whiz past just the extra stuff. But it's a really cute game. The cat is amazing. The cat is super cute in this game, and yeah, it's just really enjoyable. So maybe I like to do a video game. I like to do an essay on this game at one point. And then the last game I have in the PS5 lineup is Uncharted: The Legacy of Thieves Collection. So it has Uncharted 4 and then Lost Legacy. So well, I have I wanted to get this because I love Uncharted 4. So now I have a much much smoother version of the game, and then Lost Legacy is also a really good campaign that takes place after the fourth game. So I couldn't pass this up, being that I think Uncharted 4 is still Naughty Dog's best game. Alright, we're on the last bit of games I have for the collection, and actually I did skip over this, but going back to the GameCube, I do have some Japanese GameCube games. I just picked these up because they were really cute. I don't have the cover for Luigi's Mansion, but the Japanese versions do have these little cardboard covers for it, and I thought these were super cute, so I wanted to get them. So obviously, can't play it, don't have a Japanese GameCube, but I just thought these were really cool. Now for the smallest games I have in my collection, the Switch 2. I don't have too many games. I need to expand my Switch 2 collection or something, but they're just so expensive at this point. Alright, so we gotta go to the Switch 2 games. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Unfortunately I didn't beat this, but it's a super solid 3D platformer. I believe it's made by the same team who did Odyssey, but the game is fluid. The animations are great. Like I said, it's nice that we got a return. It's nice that we have another Donkey Kong game because this last 3D platform was Donkey Kong 64, and that was back in 1999. So it was nice that 25 years later we get another Donkey Kong game, and it's phenomenal. Hades 2. So I got this because I got this as a Christmas gift as well. I wanted to get a physical copy of it because it doesn't have that stupid game key card shit on it. So first I got to do the first game first, and then I'll go to the second game. Kirby Air Riders. This one I also got as a Christmas gift as well. After seeing the direct that Masahiro Sakurai gushed how much time he put in this game, I really want to try it out. Maybe it's better than Mario Kart World. Who knows? And then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition. Like I said, now that I have the Switch 2 version of this, smoother frame rate and whatnot, I'm going to give this game another shot at some point. And then we come to two disappointing games. Mario Kart World. Don't get me wrong, these are still both great games, but Mario Kart World, there's just something lacking in it like it does in 8. I don't know. I just wish there were more courses to race on. I don't know if they're going to be releasing DLC. I haven't played Knockout Tour. But like I said, I haven't played too much of this since the game came out. But like I said, it's still a solid game. I just think 8 is better as of right now. I hate to end this video on like a disappointing note. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Metroid Prime is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and it's been 18 years since the last Metroid Prime game. Super excited when this came out. I got it as a Christmas gift. I played it, and it's good, but there's some things that are lacking in the game. Like the open world stuff is desolate. I don't think the side characters are as annoying as people made it out to be when that dropped. I think people just fucking overreacted to it. Compared to the other 3 Metroid Prime games, there's just something lacking about it, and I didn't even 100% the game. I didn't even get all the items, so like I said, this is a good game, but I just wish this game had more time to cook in the oven, so. Well, that was certainly a long video. I know it probably has, but thank you but if you stayed until the end, I do appreciate you watching me go through all the games that I have in my collection, so I can't wait to add more stuff to my collection. I do need to get a bigger shelf at some point, but what was your favorite game out of the collection that I have that you have memories of? Let me know in the comments below. If there's any games I should add to my collection, please let me know. Yeah, but thank you very much for watching this long-ass video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, week, weekend. Love you all, and take care.